During my professional career, I've worked closely with people who have achieved what many only dreamed of: successful careers, financial freedom, and the respect that comes with decades of hard work. Yet what I've seen behind the scenes is quite alarming. Many of these high achievers face a hidden challenge, one that doesn't hit when the paycheck stops, but starts much later. A subtle creeping sense of confusion and emptiness that can overwhelm even the most prepared. It's not about money, wealth, or external circumstances. It's about something far more personal and deeply unsettling, something no one prepares you for and few even talk about. By the end of this video, you'll uncover what this silent crisis is and ways to help you avoid falling into its grips. Retirement is sold as the ultimate goal, the golden finish line after decades of work. But for many, the reality looks very different. Retirement comes with the feeling of freedom from stress, endless relaxation, and time to enjoy the things that you love. But once the busy days stop, you often find yourself facing an unexpected void. Studies back this up. According to a 2022 study by the American Psychological Association, about 25% of retirees report feeling a significant loss of purpose after retirement. That's 1 in 4 people suddenly feeling lost in a phase that was supposed to bring peace. This feeling doesn't come simply from suddenly having more free time. Instead, it stems from the sudden absence that the daily structure of work provided. For years, your schedule was anchored by task, meetings, and deadlines that gave you rhythm and purpose for each day. When that structure disappears, your days lose shape, making time feel endless and unmoored. This lack of routine can be disorienting at a fundamental level. Our brains thrive on predictable patterns and goals. Without these anchors, even simple decisions like how to spend your day become overwhelming. Retirement is a transition period where the mind and body are adapting to a new way of living. Recognizing this as a normal stage and not a failure can be the first step towards reclaiming your sense of direction and retirement. So what really makes people feel lost? Well, I'll talk about it next. What underlines this sense of being lost after retirement is often a more subtle but powerful issue: identity loss. Because for decades, the daily grind creates more than just income. It builds your identity. Your self-worth was tied to being useful, productive, and needed. Your career was more than a job, it was your purpose. When that disappears overnight, it shakes the foundation of how you see yourself. It's like the scaffolding that's holding your sense of self is subtly removed. You might enjoy that freedom for a few weeks or months, but then suddenly that emptiness creeps in. The dream turns into a confusing question of now what? Imagine a compass that subtly breaks. Without that internal guide, it's easy to drift. You wake up feeling disconnected and unsure of your place in the world. This isn't a failure. It's a gap left by society's narrow view of retirement as a finish line instead of it being a transition. This identity gap explains why many retirees are left feeling depressed, anxious, or hopeless. Because purpose isn't just nice to have, it's a critical driver of well-being. This feeling isn't weakness or laziness, it's a natural human disorientation. When the role that gave you meaning is gone, you automatically fall into the loop of self-doubt. The key insight here is retirement isn't just about ending work. It's about redefining who you are in this new phase of life. Those who thrive are the ones who anticipate this shift and actively build a new identity that extends beyond their previous job titles. Whether it's through volunteering, pursuing creative projects, mentoring, or new social roles, they find ways to stay connected to purpose and meaning. This understanding transforms retirement from a period of loss into a chance for reinvention and growth. So in case no one told you, retirement is not just a change in your daily routine. It is a major shift in yourself and how you relate to the world. This shift can feel invisible at first, but it is the key to avoiding the struggles like others during this time. When you retire, your role in society changes dramatically. You shift from being a worker to someone whose contributions might feel less visible or valued. This change affects your mindset deeply. Psychologists call this the role exit process, where leaving a long-time role leaves a gap that must be filled. Research from the University of Michigan shows that retirees who fail to replace their work identity with new, meaningful activities often experience a decline in mental health and life satisfaction. This shift also involves adjusting to a new sense of time. Work and post a structured timeline. Start and finish times, meetings, vacations planned far in advance. Retirement removes these markers, leaving open-ended time that can feel overwhelming. A study by the American Psychological Association found that people who struggle to manage unstructured time in retirement are more likely to experience anxiety and a sense of aimlessness. But here's the crucial insight. The shift does not have to be negative. It can be a powerful opportunity to redesign your life with intention. The shift challenges you to move from external validation to internal validation. Knowing your worth and purpose is independent of work. This mindset change opens new doors and allows you to explore new passions, nurture relationships, or to contribute to your community in ways that bring you real satisfaction. The key is to recognize this shift early so that you can take active steps to fill in the gaps with purpose and structure that fits your values. When you do this, retirement becomes not an ending, but a fresh beginning. Despite its challenges, retirement can be deeply fulfilling, but many people get stuck because they believe myths that limit their ability to thrive. Let me share with you these myths that create invisible barriers that hold you back from embracing retirement fully. One common myth is that retirement means simply taking it easy or doing nothing. This idea leads many to believe that rest alone will create happiness, but rest without purpose soon turns into boredom or frustration. In fact, a 2018 study from Stanford University found that retirees who engage in meaningful activities have higher levels of happiness and better cognitive function compared to those who don't. Rest is important, but it cannot be the whole story. Another dangerous myth is that retirement is a time to stop growing. Many assume that learning or personal development ends with work, but this mindset shrinks your world and limits your potential. Lifelong learning through hobbies, new activities, new experiences keeps your brain active and your outlook fresh. Continuing to learn in retirement can delay cognitive decline and improve your emotional well-being. Some people believe that they need to recreate their previous work identity to feel fulfilled. This myth can cause frustration when the old career roles no longer fit or feel relevant. Instead, fulfillment comes from reinventing yourself, finding new roles that align with your passions and strengths, rather than forcing old labels. Finally, many retirees fall into the trap of thinking that they should do everything alone. Social isolation is a serious risk. It is said that nearly 35% of older adults feel lonely, which can severely impact mental and physical health. Building and maintaining strong social connections is crucial, but this requires intentional effort post-retirement. Breaking free from these myths is essential for thriving. Retirement isn't about stopping, but shifting your focus to something better. You must rest, but also grow, connect and find new ways to contribute, but also enjoy life. Recognizing and rejecting these myths helps you move forward with clarity and confidence, paving the way for retirement that feels rich and fulfilling. So if you want to avoid feeling lost during retirement, the key is to plan not just for your finances, but for your life. The people who thrive in retirement are the ones who replace structure, identity, and purpose before they disappear. And I will show you how to do that step by step. Start by creating a daily routine. It does not have to be strict. Just something that gives your day structure. Maybe it's waking up at the same time, taking a walk, meeting a friend for lunch, reading, or working on a hobby. Without some sort of structure, the days start to blur together. You want to feel like your time matters. Next, you want to think about who you are beyond your job. Now, this part takes some time and reflection. For years, your identity may have been tied to your work, but now it's time to rebuild that. You're not just retired, you're still a person with skills, passions, and values. You can be a mentor, a traveler, a volunteer, or someone who simply just enjoys learning new things. Also, find something that gives you purpose. It doesn't have to be some sort of a big mission. Even small things count, like helping a neighbor, joining a local club, or spending time with grandkids. When you feel like you're useful and needed, it boosts your mood and keeps you sharp. Moreover, you want to try to stay social. This is huge, as a lot of people will pull back after retirement and slowly drift into isolation without even realizing it. Make time to be around others, call your friends, join a group, and have regular plans with people that you enjoy. Being around others helps you to feel connected and alive. Finally, you want to keep growing, read books, try something new. Learn the subject that you've always wanted to, even if it's just one lesson a week. Learning doesn't have to stop after work ends. In fact, continuing to grow is one of the best ways to stay mentally and emotionally strong. In the end, people don't feel lost because they have retired. They feel lost because they didn't replace the structure, purpose, and connection that their work gave them. But once you know that, you can prepare. You can build a life that feels full, clear, and yours. Before concluding, I'll share with you one powerful shift that transforms retirement from a passive phase to a deeply fulfilling one, and that's thinking about your legacy. Legacy isn't just about money or thinking about what's in your will. It's about the impact that you leave on the lives of others, the wisdom you pass on, and the values that you embody that outlast your presence. When you start asking, what do I want to leave behind? You move from simply filling your time to shaping your future, whether it's mentoring someone or writing your life story, teaching your grandchildren the lessons that life taught you the hard way, or simply modeling a life of joy and generosity. Here's the irony. The more you focus on what you're leaving behind, the more meaning you find in the moment. Your days start to matter again. You're not just passing time, you're passing something on. Research shows that older adults who actively contribute a sense of legacy report higher levels of life satisfaction and lower levels of depression. It's a win-win situation where you help others grow, and in doing so, you feel more alive and anchored. So don't just ask what you want from retirement, ask what you want it to stand for. Your legacy doesn't just start when you're gone, it starts with the choices that you make today. Most people think that retirement is the finish line, but now you know better that it is a reinvention phase. A chance to do life on your terms, but reinvention without intention, that is just drifting. This next phase of your life deserves more than vague goals and hopeful guesses. It deserves clarity, purpose, strategy that doesn't just protect your money, but aligns your wealth with the life that you actually want to live. If you're ready to stop reacting and to start leading your life with confidence, I'd love to help. I offer personalized strategy sessions with no pressure, no sales pitch. Just a deep dive into your numbers, your vision, and the roadmap that can bring it all together. Click the link below to schedule your one-on-one call. Let's design a retirement that's not just secure, but meaningful, because you deserve a life that still excites you at each stage. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I release videos every week on different topics relating to personal finance. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, have a lovely day.